That one little piece is like, I want to see you. And I love all these like little, like, I love little jumps in like hairlines and stuff. Sometimes I'll cut it really like super blunt and then let the like hairline like not try and wrap it right, not try and make it perfect. Because I like the erraticness of it, but the bluntness kind of makes it a little more visually interesting for me. That's just one of the things. So then my thought is really simple, like, why don't we, so issues are, this is where I don't want all the volume because she's going to be hidden, right? We want to kind of keep this clean. So I think for her, like, I think we should just move into kind of a super, like, kind of like, short round, like, what do you call it?
Short round.
Is that what you call it? Short round? Where it's like, I don't know, like rounded layers.
Yeah. Round layers.
Yeah, round layers. So that's what I want to do.
So it looks like you established the shape first and then go in and texture.
Well, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, like, I want to work from shorter to longer. My concept is like, well, if I have a lot of volume here, that's cool. But because I'm removing it, but I'm actually not taking this piece fully to the ends here. So we get a little bit of like movement in here, but I'm also getting rid of kind of half the hair. If that makes sense. Feel better? Layer this. But this is like a time where I have to like, it doesn't necessarily mean that I would like slow down, but it means that I have to, if I'm not gonna slow down, I'm gonna process information a lot faster, meaning I gotta be like, okay, if I go and like do this, like that would be like, you know that moment when you're like, oh shit, like oopsie, that we could have a little oopsie here for the things that she values, right? Like, cause she's like, I love the lean. Am I pulling your hair? Are you okay? Oh, okay, cool. I'm like, that's because I have like, you're just like haircut everything, and her clients like left her. I was like, wow. I'm like, you literally haven't cut a single head of hair. 17 people, right? So, like, we don't actually have these, like, bowls. Like, there's not bowls. Like, they're, like, shampoo bowls. So, this is a bit more of, like, a little bit of a struggle than what I'm, like, used to. Because normally, like, with, like, the new wash, I'm like, butter! So, pardon my struggle. But
We know how.
Right? It's like, I'm like, girl, totally. I'm like, who's gonna win? Right?
Can I ask you a question?
Of course you can.
So what makes you decide, like, I know you work overhand a lot, like on top of the head, you know, like elevation. Is that, do you work like that for the...
I can work like this, but I feel like this. And this is me into this, like, oh yeah, because I don't have a thing. And I keep thinking there's a thing. What's the thing that I'm thinking? Okay, so we're here, right? Like, this is what we're gonna be like. Are we cool with what's gonna be left?
Yes.
Like, can we feel good about it? Like, not too nasty. Like. Okay, yeah, I think we made the right decision. Yeah. Because it doesn't feel like too much, you know? I love them on a lot of, I like, her brain has a cool wooden one. I'm a creature of habit, and so sometimes I've had this razor for like 18 years or something crazy like so it's like probably at that point where it's a little dangerous, like it swings back a little too far, but like I'm comfortable with it. So there's a way that I always kind of think about like these in terms of the difference between cutting. Oh, I'm so sorry. So I'm thinking like there's a couple ways that you can go about it. Like she's chill, like she's like whatever, which means to me I can go. When they're not chill, I'm like. When they're really not chill, I'm like back. Like that's the difference. Good job, girl. I cut it.
Ow.
Ow. Now let's see if that made a difference. Now, like, don't you think, like, this is like...
Suddenly there's a jaw that's framed more. And often we see them kind of to here, and it's like a jowl frame. And I don't care if you're 16 years old, you don't want your jowls framed. It's not the flattering part of the human face, I don't think. Unless you maybe have a heart-shaped face, and you really need to like cut some of this out. For the most part, faces look better with the top half framed. So if I think about it like that, then cutting the bangs too short starts to make the face look longer and more square. So I'm always angling them if they're short, a little softer. Not always, but often when there's a strong jaw, you want a more angled short bang. If you're going a little bit longer, maybe kind of wide to expose the top of the cheekbones. Is this making sense to you guys?
Yeah.
I'm like sucking so hard right now with the picture taking, it's crazy. I'm like, how did I make that girl look so much worse in the after photo? Especially when they have balayage and then you go shag it and cut it all off. Like, sorry about your money pieces. And some bangs, and I was like, sorry about your money pieces. All right. But don't you think balayage and razor cutting is so similar? It totally is, right? It's like whisking and soft. So if any of you want to learn how to use a straight razor in a more specific and fine-tuned way so you don't shred the hair, and like learn the difference between the edge and the flat and tension, which you need to do a good razor cut that isn't effing up your hair. I'm making online classes, and for people overseas, because they're bummed, they're like, come on over here. I'm like, I got a kid. We don't have time for that today. Sorry. So use your razor properly. So I like to just section the hair around the face like a little headband. So let's not mess this up. Look at me. So here's what I do at home. Bring your body to me and keep your butt where it is. More. Yeah, this is how close I get. Chin up. Chin up means not too short. So I'm going to start with just a little section in the middle. This is a little intimate, isn't it? She's laughing because I'm like straddling her knees. Okay, all the way up, thank you. My hands are shaking. Chin up, chin up, chin up. So right now, I'm taking a picture of her face in my head. I'm picturing the after photo. And I'm gonna do that. Cut a little piece in the middle. Congratulations, you just got bangs. Okay, I'm gonna over direct everything to that middle piece. Hold my fingers. At the slant I want them to sit is the slant I'm gonna hold my fingers. So if I want them to be really narrow, I'm gonna hold my fingers really narrow. If I want them to be wide, I'm gonna hold my fingers wide. I want these to be kind of like this because I want them to sit on her cheekbone. So that's how I'm gonna hold my fingers. And there's tension, lots and lots of tension. Take a deep breath before you cut. And anything I don't get perfect, I'm just gonna do backstage after, so. That was a self-reminder. Anyway, what's perfect? So on this side, I have to kind of open the door to get behind the hair. Are you guys with me? Yeah. Can you understand what I'm talking about? Okay, good. Sorry if I'm talking too much. I get real nervous. This is the biggest class I've ever taught. So on the side, I want to picture again where I want her little side bits to hang and how short I want them, and whether I want them to be like a chunky little beady sideburny thing, or whether I want them to be just kind of wispy, keep forgetting. You know, you get busy in the salon and you're just like, whatever, I don't have time, so you can take your photo. Yeah. Okay, here we go. So this is important to me, and this is just me. A lot of people have different ideas and ways of doing this face grading business. For me, the higher I hold the hair up, the skinnier and longer and softer my traveling is going to be. My bit will be. The further I hold the hair down, the more chunky. Did you guys see Dre do that little Marianne Faithfull thing earlier? I only saw a picture of it. I was bummed I wasn't there. That would be like a hold down moment, I'm guessing. I didn't actually see her do it, but this is more of a hold up moment. So I'm gonna hold this tight. Do not let the hair be this dry when you do this at home. Unless you're real good at not shredding the hair. We'll see. And you got a good razor. Sometimes when the hair is super stick straight, looks like I'll be getting no wave today. When the hair is stick straight, I come from behind as well. And it's just easy peasy. Cool? After I cut this section, I want to talk about bangs. People ask me this question all the time. People say, well, how do you know how thick to make the bangs? How do you know when to stop with the bangs? And it's really easy. The bangs just are everything that hangs over the face. And anything that hangs not over the face is not a bang. If you cut it into one, it's going to be a head side bang. You know what I'm talking about? I think I had those when I was a kid. Thought you were here to tell me I was half done. Okay. Holding this up. Were any of you here last year? I he was just like, okay. That bone. That sexy little bone back there. Bring me your shoulders. I wish they made hair salon chairs. These days, hair salon chairs are so cheap.
Make a chair.
The shag chair. Oh my God. By the time I'm done with that, I'm going to be like 80 years old. You guys are like, whatever with that haircut. On to better and bigger things. So now that I'm not in the bangs, I'm just in the back of the hair, I'm going to start holding my hands not like this because I don't want a side shelf. I'm going to start holding my hands up and down so that it can flow. Up and down, vertical. And now I'm coming straight off the head. This is the fastest shag demo I've ever done. So each section I pick up is going short to long. So it's short to long, short to long, short to long. They're not connected. They're all short to longs. Does that make sense? This is the last one, and I'm dragging it all the way down to keep the corner on the side. If I don't have that corner, it's a mullet. Which I love, but nobody seems to love them. Nobody likes them on my Instagram. It's like, come on, you guys, mullets. Everybody likes them of everybody else. Nobody likes it when I do a mullet. It's really sad.
What do you define the difference between a mullet and...
In my opinion, haircutting in general is just about us like messing up little spots and fixing them as we go. Right? It's like bobs are just like, it's good. It's just what I was hoping for. It's like, stop. I've seen my assistants at work on their practice day, and I'm like, stop right there. It looks amazing. She's like thinning it. It's addictive, making the hair perfect, right? I've noticed that the more people see my Instagram, the shittier my pictures have gotten because I've tried to make them look too perfect.
Your Instagram is amazing.
Thank you. But I mean, I'm just saying. I used to just, I don't know. My hair was still kind of wet and it was like perfect that day. If you're taking a photo of your client and you, at the very end, have them mess square every time. Those are good photos. Okay, so important. I am holding this hair straight out or up. If I hold it down and I cut into it because I'm scared and I want to leave it full, what am I doing?
Shelf.
I'm creating a shelf. I'm creating weight. If I'm lifting it, then I'm leaving the length and I'm just layering it a little. Does that make sense, guys? I find these sections hard to do with scissors. For me, I find them hard to do with scissors.
The entire technique or like the back sections, like from behind the head. You that's very hard to do with scissors.
I find this entire face framing technique to be difficult to do with scissors. There are haircuts that I could slide cut each section. I could get away with it with a scissor. I don't find a shag to be easy to cut with a scissor. I have many times been without a razor and someone said, I've got scissors and I have done a haircut and I find it hard. for me. I'm not saying it can't look good, but I find I have a hard time making it look like it's. I have a hard time making it look like what my client is going to look like today with scissors. Even with all the texturizing in the world, I just find the lifting and the sliding to be hard with scissors. It's easy, right? I'm just wrapping the hair around the head and cutting it off. Questions? This is where I need an MC. So Jane, I almost had Nicole do it for me, and then she just was so tired. And I've never had an MC. I was scared.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When you take down a section, like for instance on the top by the bench, when you take down the section, are you cutting into the previous section, or are you?
No. No, I'm just living right above it. I'm moving quickly, so I just parted her hair down the center, and I'm taking the whole rest forward. We're just getting this shit done, guys. This stuff done. We're getting this stuff done. I'm learning to stop talking like a sailor because I have a 5-year-old who also talks like a sailor. She's like, fuck, and I'm like, we're in public, baby. People don't like those words. Cool, guys? So last year I had the hardest model. Her hair would not comb out. And this year I have the hardest model. But beautiful. And it's going to look amazing. And it's not hard. It's hard to spray down and cut. Are you guys with me what I'm doing right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you directing everything to the center?
All the way. I'm actually over directing it across your face a little bit, just to leave a little length. This hair, I'm gonna pull it all up and cut it too, so I don't really care. All I care is that I do not hold it down. This is sort of just removing some hair, so that by layering, you lift it straight up and you cut, and it's like all this hair. This just gets rid of the hair. This moving it around to the front business. Makes it you don't have as much to lift up, straighten up and layer at the end. Oops. It's not my name, but I guess it is now. Did we all know that we were going to be named our Instagram names when we chose an Instagram name? It's going to stick with you forever. It's like, what if I break up with Edo? What's going to happen? Ancient Tokyo / Manitomi. Good boss. He called me from Tokyo recently. The Jane, ha 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 ha. I knew it was him. I haven't talked to him I haven't talked to him in 20 years. The Jane, ha ha. How you doing? You're doing good, aren't you? I knew it. I was like, oh my god. I saw you in the paper. I swear to God. It was so crazy. He didn't even tell me who he was. I knew it instantly. Cool. Sorry, I can't just comb in silence with all you people watching me. I have to talk to you about something. Don't get lazy and let your hand drop. You'll end up with some bummer shelves in the hair. Moving a little weight, taking a little weight away. Please don't judge my haircut. I have 5 minutes to do it. She's like, what?
Do you use the same amount of tension when cutting curly hair?
I use so much tension whenever I'm using a razor. It is my #1 only for sure rule that no matter what, I do not break. So first of all, wrapping it around the head and lifting it straight up is foolproof. It will never have a shelf on the side of the head ever again. I do do believe I learned that from Nick Arrojo. We have no time. But the section here is sort of like a lemon, or an almond, or a tear. Anyway, it starts at the back of the bangs and it comes down like a little point. And this is not a good version of it. That's okay. You guys get it. It's not always that good in the salon anyway. Got it? And we're gonna hold it straight up. And we are going to assess, do we need to remove weight from it before we cut it off? Cool. And I am going to say yes. We need to remove a little bit of weight before we cut it off. Lots of tension. So I'm going to go in. I normally don't put my tools down. It's just the hair is not all the way wet, so it's hard to rake through. I'm going to go in, turn, remove some weight. Go in, turn, remove some weight. Cool. Just a couple little sections of weight out. And then I'm going to cut it in short to long. I just lost my tension, so I'm going to re-grab it. Do not keep cutting when you lose your tension. You will get shredded hair. My fingers are so damn tight around this little section right here. Cool. So then my next section is just a dewdrop outside of the dewdrop, but only on one side. Because why grab two things at once when you can only grab one? It's much easier. Sometimes I'm gonna pull it straight to the middle, lift it straight up, lots of tension. Cool. Sometimes I will over direct it all the way over if the hair is really fine. Which it is. Still make sure it's at least straight out. Not down. Sorry. It's like yanking her hair out of her head. She's like, I didn't know she'd be so rough. Are you guys with me?
And for this section, is it going over the last section, or is it connected to the inner dewdrop?
Oh, they're probably, it's longer. They're probably totally uneven. But I'm gonna check it, fix it. I'm combing her half wet, half dry hair and it's stretching, so. But I know as long as I don't shred any of the sections, at the end of my razor, I can always balance it out. Okay, tilt it down. Cool, guys? Are you guys bored or are you good? Wait for a minute.
This is like a dewdrop on the outside of the other dewdrop.
Yeah, that's just the sectioning.
Dewdrop is separate.
I'm just getting there and removing some super deep weight. My dryer up here?